Hello, welcome to Voice of British Orthodoxy. I'm, of course, Rida Lazar. Today is the 30th of October, as according to the old calendar. We have 4 saints on the Celtic Saints website, 3 saints in the book, and 3 saints in the group chats. Let's get right into it. Our first entry today is for Saint Arilda, and her date is unknown. Saint Arilda was a holy virgin who lived in Aldbury-on-Severn, in Gloucestershire, England, in the 5th or 6th century. She may have been either Anglo-Saxon or Welsh origin, though information on her life is scarce. According to tradition, Saint Arilda was martyred by a youth named Monicus while defending her chastity from him. 2 churches in Gloucestershire are dedicated to Saint Arilda, one at Aldbury-on-Severn and the second at Aldbury-on-the-Hill. A shrine to her at St. Peter's Abbey in Gloucestershire, the present-day Gloucestershire Cathedral, was destroyed during the dissolution of the monasteries. The group chat entry just simply says Saint Arilda of Aldbury, Virgin Martyr in Gloucestershire, England, 5th century, is in brackets. I don't think she is included. No. She is not included on the Thingy website, so we move on to our next saint, who is Saint Ethelnoth, and he is from the 11th century. Once a monk at Glastonbury, Saint Ethelnoth went on to serve as dean of the monastery of the Christ Church Priory at Canterbury. He then served as a chaplain to King Canute of England and Denmark, as well as Dean of Canterbury, prior to being consecrated the 32nd Archbishop of Canterbury. He ruled the See of Canterbury from the 13th of November 1020 until he was reposed on the 29th of October 1038. Often called the Good, St. Ethelnoth was famed both for his wisdom and the great skill with which he governed the English Church. Whilst Archbishop, St. Ethelnoth travelled to Rome, ostensibly to receive the pallium from the Pope of Rome, and returned with relics of several saints, including those of St. Augustine of Hippo. St. Ethelnoth reposed somewhere between the 28th of October and the 1st of November 1038. He is listed in the Acta Sanctorum and several other lists of saints, though there is no evidence of a cult developing at Canterbury or elsewhere. St. Ethelnoth, called the Good and famed for his wisdom, was a monk at Glastonbury, became 32nd Archbishop of Canterbury, 1038 AD. And our final saint for the day is Saint Talarician, and he is from either the 6th or 7th century. As a missionary bishop in Scotland, Saint Talarician, working in Aberdeen. I assume that's meant to say worked primarily in Aberdeenshire. He was most likely Pictish origin, though the Aberdeen Breviary says he was born in Ireland. The Breviary also relates an old tradition which says that whilst Saint Talarician was on a pilgrimage to Rome, he was consecrated to the episcopacy by Saint Gregory the Dialogist. Several churches were dedicated to him, none of which has survived, in what is now the Diocese of Moray, Ross and Caithness of the Scottish Episcopal Church. Nothing further is known of St. Talarician's life, though Adam King's Calendar calls him bishop and confessor. The group chat entry says Saint Talarician (Tarkin), probably Pictish. Saint Talarician was a bishop in Scotland and several churches were dedicated to him. The group chat says that he's from the 8th century, though. Do with that information what you will. This is all that says here, so 6th century, probably Pictish, yep. Then we've got 2 bonus entries for St. Ilgan of Cornwall, which takes you to some link, and then we've got St. Leofric, who is a Earl of Mercia. So, thank you all for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. God bless you all, and amen.